Welcome back to Sunshine Forest here on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 34 and we're doing a little bit of testing today with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 7:17 in the morning. We're into April, people. We are into April. I've done my morning chores, gone round, double checked everything, topped up the chicken feed, topped up the mix ration for the cows, moved a few pallets around here and there, and all the things, most stuff now. Actually, to be fair, our preserved food factory down there at the main farm, I haven't turned that back on again. And to be fair, the same with the greenhouse there. I could have that running constantly now, and everything that produces have that set selling, the same as I have with our big grape greenhouse, which is down towards our cotton field. Our smaller factory just over there, our little production building, some of the stuff I've still got pallets coming out, but most of that now is set selling as well. So that with our sawmill stuff as well, and stuff that's going through the biogas plant and all that paraphernalia, we're actually doing all right. Money's ticking up every hour on the hour. Weeding all got done. It's nice to see a lot more greenery back on everything now as we're into April. We're heading down. I brought down the harvester. Isn't it weird how when I put that shed in the last episode, I'm looking thinking, oh, I don't know, you know, it's a big old harvester, will it fit under there? It's deceptive because I brought the harvester down, yeah, easily. Of course it fit under there. But, as I said in the last episode, as we go into April, potentially our soybean and our rice will be ready to harvest. And guess what? They are, both of them. So we're going to be leasing a rice harvester. That's why I'm bringing the small trailer down. Again, another reason why I bought another version of, not bought back. Oh, I forgot about today's cotton. Okay, we'll get that sorted out. Yeah, I got the smaller trailer because I suddenly thought, I don't even know, this might be too big for the rice harvester. You see our, look, it would have fitted under the smaller section. It will fit under the smaller section. It might be a little bit wide. Oh, we might be alright, but it fitted under here, no problem at all. I love this. It looks absolutely fantastic. I don't use John Deere harvesters that often. Have I opened that back section somehow? Now, this, I'm trying to decide. We've got rain due at 9 AM. And then at 11 it says it'll be cloudy again, so I don't know. I might do a test on this. I might harvest the soybean as is and see what we get, soybean. But like save the game. Harvest it and see what we get, then go back. Because I'm curious, this whole thing with swathing, because like I said before, I could swath this now with my tractor swather. I could use the MacDon swather and the stuff that comes with that for doing it. And it's that thing of, you know, you'll get a 20% yield bonus, you'll get a 30% yield bonus. How do I know that I got that yield bonus? Because I don't know what it would have been if I hadn't done it that way round. So I haven't really done any testing on that. So I'm wondering whether or not I might just run over this, because we've got a bigger harvester now. We've got a fairly big header. Do the soybean, see what we get. Then we'll come back and I'm going to lease... We'll do that now, actually. The one that I've been talking about, and I said this in the last episode, if you didn't catch that in the last episode. I don't know how this is going to work. Because as I said, if you do it with that, the MacDon, you windrow first, and you've got your windrow and your crop all together, the same as it does with that header, which is the tractor swathing header. So that will do the same thing. That and that will do the same as that. Then everything from that goes into the swather separator. With this, you use that header on the harvester. That separates it out. Straw comes out the back of the harvester, and the crop goes into the harvester. That's supposed to give you a yield bonus. That's supposed to give you a 30% yield bonus. But then, like I said in the last episode, when I was fiddling around looking for headers, I came across that, the Titan swathing header. I don't know how that works. I'm going to leave the working weight standard. I'm not going mad. It's a 16 metre though, not to be sniffed at. We're going to leave that the same. Brands, yeah, we'll leave the brand on there. But we're going to go, because I want it to, you know, we've got to make it look the same. We'll go John Deere green. Leave that. Thresher design colour. I'll have a fiddle around. We're going to lease it anyway. There we go. Rim colour, we'll change that to John Deere yellow. That'll do. We'll lease that 2,550 result. So what we're also going to do while we're here is we're going to lease the rice harvester. Do I just go and collect it? Yeah, and it runs at 4 miles an hour. Probably or does it? 7 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour whilst harvesting 4,845. I'm hoping we'll do all right with the rice. Oh, actually, the pipe looks quite high. And I said on previous episodes, other than testing and stuff, this is my first time on a Let's Play doing a rice harvest. I've done long grain rice, I've planted a couple of times, I've done some testing and stuff, but actually on a Let's Play, haven't done anything. So, we are set at the moment as we are. Those are leased and good to go. I'm going to do the soybean harvest first, just so we get a figure. I'm just curious. It doesn't hurt to do a little bit of testing here and there, does it? I love the fact that meadow grass is all growing up now with the flowers and stuff in it. Our sheep are reproducing, our cows are reproducing, our chickens are reproducing. Pigs haven't yet, we've only had them a little while, but we are getting there. It's all looking, look, is it not looking absolutely wondrous out here at the moment? But we are getting very close to the end. MrSealyp said she wants to do another episode with me because she put some of those grapevines in. I know we're running the grape greenhouse, but she wants to do the grape harvesting. If we go back to here and we go across, you'll see now our grapevines are all showing ready to harvest. So yeah, we might do an episode together. I'm not sure when, depends when she's available. Trouble is, if that's the weekend, I don't know if I want to wait till the weekend. It's only Tuesday today that I'm doing this bit of recording. Whether it comes out on Tuesday or not, I don't know. We had no mods yesterday. Are we going to get new mods today? No idea. So let me jump in this. I'll save the game, do the soybean, then we'll go and get the rice harvester. Oh, we are saved. Right. You know what would be a brilliant idea? That's just a thought. I don't know if you've ever found this before, that actually taking the header with you is a good idea. It tends to help. That's opened even further. That's for the reel. That's the door. That's that panel. That's curious. Anyway, never mind. Oh. And then, like I say, we'll do that swathing with that header, because I'm curious to see, one, how does that work? Fold, I'm not trying to fold, I'm trying to unfold that. Let's disconnect that. Yeah, so that different swathing method, and then just to see, will we gain anything from it? Does it work in the way I think it is? The fact it says swathing header, I don't know. We'll drop the reel because we're doing soybean and they're quite low. It's a nice big old header, this as well. Good investment. It wasn't overly expensive either, so I'm pleased. Let's get that turned on, drop that down. Let's go. Oh, I bought a Titan header, that's why. I didn't get the Unreal one, but it goes at normally it's 6 miles now, this goes at 10. So I thought, that's weird, why are we going so fast? Yeah. Oh well. To make life a little bit easier, wouldn't it? So we'll see what we get. And now this is one of those fields I extended. If you remember, that original field we put in here ended just up there, and I extended this much, much further. I think we're probably going to need to unload this at least once. I don't know what to do about this bit here, where I put the land bridge in, which is great, but I might need to, when we harvest next time, leave a bit of a gap so we can actually drive round and we can get equipment in. Because to use that land bridge, if you've got wide equipment or stuff that won't fit across the bridge, it's an absolute godsend, but I don't want to be driving over crops to do that, you know? We'll see how we get on. It's going to be interesting to see with that swathing header, because soybean, depending, some maps, and it depends on the map maker, some maps are adjusted and converted to allow swaths on different crops that you don't normally get a swath on. If it doesn't work, I'll go back to my tractor swather. That's not a problem, because I know I'll get a better yield on that anyway, and that'll be a good test of that actually, to see what we end up with. because both of the fields that I've used that tractor swather on, our tractor harvester, we have got X amount of crop off of it, but I don't know whether that is 30% more than I would have got off of it anyway. I'm just taking the brochure's word for it. The manufacturer says, oh yeah, no, it's fine, it's good, yeah, you'll be good. And you go, oh cool, nice. Cool. I have a question to ask. I wonder how people are going to feel. I don't know how people are going to feel about this. It's not a rant as per se. I mean, is it a rant? Maybe it's a rant. I did actually go and check on the pigs today. Bearing in mind we're another month on. Just looking across here if I can see any. Now, I grew up with, well, I remember the 1960s Superman series. I can't remember what the guy's name was. He was Reeve. Was he Reeve or Reeves? I'm not talking about Christopher Reeve, I'm talking about the OG, the 60s series. And then I grew up on the Christopher Reeve Superman. And now, don't get me wrong, when the newer Supermans came out, love them. With Henry Cavill, I like them. I think they're brilliant. I mean, they're very, very good. Thoroughly enjoy them. My kids the other day, oh, we're going to go and see Superman at the cinema. So, oh, is there a new one out? Oh, yeah, with so-and-so and so-and-so. So, what? And they've remade them again, which is the third time, isn't it now? Or is it the fourth? I don't know. There have been so many incarnations of Superman now. It's a little bit... I can't get my head around it. Now, they seem to be doing it a lot, where there seems to be what they consider to be a time limit. And they will make a film, or a film has been out a long time, then some studio somewhere will say, you know what, let's make this for the new generation. And you look back and you think, but there's nothing wrong with the original versions. Watch the original versions. And so, oh yeah, but they don't remember the original versions. But then, what? Watch them. You know, my kids grew up watching all the old stuff I absolutely love and adore. They really do love their films. They're real film buffs, like I am. I do like my films. I don't get this whole... I know it's a big money spinner and, you know, yeah, new, current, modern actors and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get that. They did the same with Spider-Man, when then we ended up with when Marvel did the multiverse. So I said that's the end of sensible films as we understand it, because they can now do anything on any multiverse. That whole thing that we had Spider-Man, then we had the new Spider-Man and a different Spider-Man actor, then the third one. The second one was telling the same story the first one told, but with different actors in it. Then that film, one of the films I watched recently was all three of them together. And so you reach a point, like, okay, my brain's scrambled now, nothing makes sense anymore. I don't know how people feel about that. You know, I suppose it's only more relevant to the older generation, I guess, because the younger generations, then that's what they know. You know, if they haven't been exposed to older versions of these films, the originals or whatever it might be, as far as they're concerned, this is, oh, it's the new Spider-Man or the new Superman or the, you know, it's a weird one. And then I had this really weird thing the other day, because I'm a big Star Wars and Star Trek fan. I've said this many times before. People say you're one or the other. Rubbish. I love both. I think they're absolutely awesome. Always have done. I will happily go back and watch, you know, every now and again, watch all the old Star Trek movies from the motion picture right the way through. Just wow. And what I loved was when the newer ones came out, the J.J. Abrams ones, all the nods to the original films were there. They were kind of newish storylines, adjusting some of the storylines a little bit here and there. I like Strange New Worlds. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoying that as well. We're going to hit the limit here, aren't we? So the other day, what was I watching? I watched the episode of Strange New Worlds. I think it was this week's episode or last week's episode. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch this J.J. Abrams, the three. So Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek Beyond. So I did. You know, I think I watched them over 3 evenings. I finished what I was doing, went indoors, had my dinner, watched the first one. So over 3 nights, watched them. Just go and grab our trailer. I might grab the bigger trailer for this actually. And sorry, man, it's not a random. Just talking about stuff that's going on as I always do. That sounds like a cockerel crowing, but the cockerel's way over there. Anyway, So yeah, so I watched the third one, and I thought I just typed into Google: is there going to be another? Is there going to be another Star Trek? You know, the new Star Trek films, and it came up saying that Star Trek 4, or the fourth in that series with J.J. Abrams, has been in production since 2015. So I'm like, why would they have started production on it in 2015, so long ago, and it hasn't come? That makes no sense. And then I had that heart-stopping moment. So I typed in Star Trek Beyond, which is the third of the, in inverted commas, new films. And to me, they only came out 5 minutes ago. The third one, Star Trek Beyond, came out in 2016. 2016. 9 years ago. The third one, not even the first one. I remember going to see the new Star Trek at the cinema, and that initial sequence, which is actually Chris Hemsworth, isn't it, where he takes over the ship and he saves everyone's lives. He's a starship captain for like 13 minutes before he crashes it into the Romulan ship, you know. Obviously that being even older, and I watched that again the other day, and they haven't lost anything at all. They're just absolutely brilliant films. But I was kind of horrified that kind of, how can the third one of this be 9 years old? But then, does that require those 3 films to be remade now with new actors because they're 10 years old or 11 years? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know, like I say. It's the old fart in me having a bit of a moan. Actually, do I need to double check this? How are we getting on with our logs here while we're on the way past? Actually, no, I can't, can I? Because if I do anything I change now, I'm not saving it again, am I? I'm just going to do this harvest, see what we get, and then we're going to go back and we're going to do it again with the swathing. So yeah, there's no point me changing anything yet. Let's not do that. It does actually make my life a little bit harder, because it's that thing of, if I was just doing an episode, it'd be like, I'll do this harvest, I'll do the rice harvest, we'll get all that sorted out, see where we're at. So I'm going to do all of this, record it all, and then I've got to reset and do it all again. So I am double handling things, but that's all right. I don't mind that. Pay attention to the small stuff, peeps. Some of the details are absolutely phenomenal. Right, let's turn that off. I don't know if my eyesight kind of improved. I don't know if my connection it makes no sense. Everything to me at the moment just seems so much crisper and clearer and tidier. I don't understand. I don't know. How bizarre. Right. How are we looking? We are golden. Right, I shall continue. We've done one pass around and we've got 16,000 litres just over. We're going to be looking pretty good. So I would say soybean doesn't normally yield particularly well. It pays out quite well because the yield's a little bit lower, so payment's a little bit higher. I've always said that. It's that swings and roundabouts thing. People say, oh yeah, it yields really low because the payments are high. But it can't work that way around. You can't govern how a crop yields based on the price. The price is set because of the yield. If something's made in a small batch, the price is very high. If you haven't got a lot of something, the price is high. If you've got a lot of something, the price is low, because the market's flooded. That's the way round it works, not the other way round. You can't. I mean, I suppose you could govern. If you only planted a little bit of it, the yield would be very low. But anyway, I digress. That being said, so normally soybean. That's just how much crop damage we had on this field, which means I have to replough this again. I don't want to replough this. The only way to get rid of all that damage, we didn't really have any storms or any bad weather, but it's pretty bad across this field, isn't it? I haven't really noticed. I think there's a little bit on the, just looking across at our rice field. It looks like there's a bit on the rice field as well. Oh well. It is what it is. What's our guess on this? 16 to, what do you reckon, 60,000 litres maybe? Oh, I don't know, forget that much actually. 50,000? Last bit gone in, and I was way off. I think we're just under 40,000 litres. Oh yeah, it says there, look, top right. Lizard 40-foot flatbed autoloading bale trailer, obviously in trailer configuration, 40,268 litres. So, 40,268. I'll have to do some figures on that. Well, 10% now would be 4,000, so 30% would be 12,000. So if we do, well, it'll be just curious to see, won't it? Well, I'm going to make some notes. What I'm going to do now is reset, and then we'll go up, we'll grab the swathing header, we'll bring the rice harvester down, because what we do next is going to be what we do. We'll get the rice harvesting going on here as well, because I want to get this done. I'm really pleased how this has turned out. It looks glorious. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to do what the standard swather does. Like I say, it's all testing. It's all just finding out. I will see you momentarily. Luckily, we are in the Farm Sim multiverse. I hadn't noticed how much damage my crops got. Anyway, I also just realised as well, after what I was saying about films and stuff, how hypocritical I sounded. And it is funny, isn't it? Saying about all the various different films and franchises and stuff, and I did it with Star Trek, and I didn't bat an eyelid. And I watched all the original. I mean, I used to watch the original series with my father. I watched all of the films. I remember him taking us to see the motion picture. My dad was a massive Star Trek fan. And then I remember watching Generations and Voyager. I never got into Deep Space Nine so much. So then when the new Star Trek films came out, it was going back to how James T. Kirk became captain of, it's weird, isn't it? And the same with Strange New Worlds. It's and I've just kind of accepted that as being weird, isn't it? Yeah, don't know. Anyway, today's wool and goat milk, I'll drop that off, and then we'll go and grab the oh, hang on, are those going to be in the way? Potentially. Same thing with this trailer. Probably need an extender on the back. There are various different ones available out there. They go on the 3-point that would bring that bar back. You know, I kind of not dismiss them, but the bar that goes across there that has a hitch on it brings that hitch out to here and enables better turning. I don't tend to use those very often, but this is one of those trailers that does that. So we're going to come off there. No, only part of it. Okay. Let's come across a bit further. There we go. And then we're going grow. I'm only using this because the rice harvester only goes at 7, and I thought, you know what, I've got to bring the woolen stuff up anyway. So let's go and grab this. Ooh, no wonder. No, it will just lift the whole trailer up. I was going to say, this won't just drop down to where it needs to be, will it? I don't think we can. Yeah, not quite what I was hoping for. Mind you, I suppose we can still do that if we want to. We've built ourselves a little bridge. Why not? Right, let's put this on. Yeah, so because we're in the Farm Sim multiverse, and we have now gone back in time, so let's do the crop again. I'm probably better off backing this on, aren't I? So I don't hit the header, maybe? I don't know. Still kind of did. Whoa, what is happening there? That is not liking that bin up, is it? Let's fold that back. There's a loop round. I probably do need to get one of those bars. Right, see you down there in a moment. So at least we can get our right. By the end of this episode, I'm going to see if we can get a better yield on our soybean, and that'll be the. Well, to be fair, I didn't use the original swathing system. I went straight for tractor swathing. I also made a bit of a goof I was going through looking at all my various different things I had available and realised that some of the sheds I wasn't using. I had some shed packs and stuff installed, so I went through and removed a load of shed packs, and then realised when I came back on here, having already saved the game to do something, whatever I was doing, the little shed I had over my tractor swathing header was part of that pack. So I need to double check on our little sawmill there, because that's the one that works on wood chip. We haven't got a lot of wood chip, and I did fill up the storage there with wood chip, if you recall, when we cleared that area for our big field, and then all the overspill I put in one of the silos down here. So we got tons and tons of wood chip. But I just wondered if it was running down at all. It didn't seem to be, but we have a whole thing going on here, don't we? We've got so much happening. So, now if this swath header doesn't work even slightly how I thought it was going to, that's not a problem. Take those off, engine off. I'm not sure what side the door is. I assume it's... oh no, it is that side. I was right in the first place. It's very cool. Rice, to see you, Rice. That's another one going back a while, isn't it? Crikey. Now, before Bruce Forsyth, was it Larry Grayson? No, am I thinking of something else? Again, showing my age, but that's alright. Do I need to unfold this or anything? No, this is just a turn on and lower. Right, we'll do this after the soybean. I'm really, I want to see what this swath header does. I want to get this into position to get started. I suppose we could hire a worker, couldn't we? But I want to do something. Right, that's that. Oh, the details. When you think I had a tent, I had a tent over by the water. Look at it all. Look what we have accomplished. So, our standard header is just there. Swathing header is just here. You watch this be an absolute debacle. It not do anything at all what I thought it was going to. It should. I'm assuming this will work like the swathing header on the MacDon. I'm still going to need the speciality header, I think. Switch to that, unfold that. Switch back to that, fold that up. Do I need to... no, it says in disable... no, I don't want to disable straw swath. We want this, so I'm assuming it's going to put everything out the back. So this in essence makes my harvester a massive swathing unit. Yes? No? Cough? Nope. I'm getting it in the... what is going on? I don't understand. That says Lizard Titan Swathing Header. So does this just... this is weird. So does this just give us a 30% yield bonus, or 20% or 25%? Anyway, so it's just set that it gives you a better yield. I'm trying to think, because we were at 900 litres as we were... yeah, I think this might, you know. What speed does this set at? Whoa, okay, that's weird. Did I not... oh, good grief, what is happening here? Oh, because it's unrealistic anyway. So you got Titan header, which I've got. Header unrealistic, which I didn't go for. Titan swathing header unrealistic. Oh, okay. Rice header unrealistic. Right, okay. So that will go. I set it normal width, but it will go 45 miles an hour. So I need to knock my cruise control down. I don't mind going at 10. Let's do that. Which is what my previous header was doing. Yeah, this is Okay. This is going to be interesting to see what our yield's going to be of this, because we are way above already. So this is basically not doing anything at all what I thought it was going to. It's not doing any of the options or any of the permutations I thought it was going to do. So basically this header is just giving you a higher yield because it's... But the thing is, it's not swathing, because the point about the swathing is it will separate out. You should still be getting a straw swath out the back, shouldn't you? Or not? I don't know. This is a weird header. Yeah, not doing what I thought it was going to do. Oh, okay. Well... The yield is definitely way higher. We got to 16,000 litres full, just over there, having done a full pass around the field. I don't think we're going to come close to a full pass around the field before we're full. Which again, it's a good problem to have, but it's not what I was hoping for. I know it sounds weird, because most people will be like, well, that's brilliant. You've got a header that gives you a better yield, but... I wanted to do swathing stuff, you know? How bizarre. It's going to be curious to see what the percentage bonus is on this. I have made my notes. Oh, missed a bit, back up. We need every scrap. Yeah, so I suppose the only downside to this is going to be then that whereas the other one using the MacDon, you separate afterwards and you get your straw that comes out the back on the field. With the tractor harvester swather, you take it up to the swathing facility and it separates out the crop from the yield. Using this header, whilst you do get a better yield, you get no straw. I just tried to put straw swath on, it wouldn't let me for the crop type. So, yeah. No, I didn't save it before. I did all that stuff and didn't save it. I should have done it using the swathing unit to see what we get. Actually, are we going to be at the same place we were before? No, surely not. What a weird, wacky world we live in. Actually, we might. Be that far short of it, but we are definitely going to be there before. Yeah, so we've hit this level right the way down there, so we have definitely gained. Don't know how I feel about it though. Like I say, I really wanted. I'm not short of straw, but I thought it'd be somewhere between the two. Anyway, we're getting to use our new harvester anyway, which I love. I think it's brilliant. Oh yeah, that weird thing. You know that back panel kept opening. It was my, you know, I've talked about it a few times now, the Thrustmaster farm stick. It was the farm stick. The options on the farm stick for opening and closing the panels, turning your harvester on, stuff like that. Every time I drove away or was doing anything, it was gradually opening itself up. So something on the farm stick. So I tried all the various different settings to open and close the panels, found the one that opened and closed that panel, but it kept doing it. So there's going to be another thing where Giants need to do an update to change it because the farm, I don't know. I unplugged the farm stick and it stopped doing it. So it's definitely that. Whatever the setting is on the farm stick. Just looking to see if it's... I don't know. Anyway, that's what was causing it. Let me go and get the trailer. I'll unload that. And I guess I'll carry on and we'll see where we end up. We had 40,000, was it 40,268 litres. We'll see what we get over and above that, and then we can work out what the percentage is of bonus we're getting from that swathing header. It's a curiosity and no mistake. Right, then it's on to rice. We are shut down. It started raining. That's an hour earlier than it said on the forecast. It said 9 o'clock. So we're going to put the covers on everything and then we'll continue. We're not quite full on the second run, but yeah, I reckon we're going to be up around 25, be somewhere between 25 and 30% yield bonus, I reckon. We shall see. So I need to switch back to my harvester. Once that's unloaded, close the cover on that, close the cover on the trailer. Can't do the rice yet either, so I have to wait for it to go. Let's check on the weather. Whether or not... Oh, it's now saying 8. That changed. That's bang out of order, man. That said 9. It's saying clear by 12. Not sunny, but cloudy. That's a bit of a wait, isn't it? No, that's alright. We'll just have to wait. Can't do a lot about it. Let's put the pipe in. Fold that up. We'll drop that down. Engine off. Just jump in here. Do that. That. Cover closed. Done. Okay, right. I'm going to wait for the rain to stop. And then we'll carry on, see where we end up, and then I can get the rice harvesting done as well. The rain finally stopped just before 11 o'clock. Took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but we are now finished. So our 32,000 litres in here. What do we end up with? 40. But I don't. It's going to be a weird. I know what I've got in the harvester. It's not going to be what I thought it was going to be. That much I do know. What did we get last time? 40,000. Yeah, I don't... Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's not what I thought it was going to be at all. But we have answered a couple of questions. So, 47,758. We were at 40,268. So we're about 7,500. That puts us just under 20% bonus using that swathing header. There. So I'm sure the MacDon pack's supposed to be around that, isn't it? 20-25%? And then using our tractor swather, which we should have used, and our swathing building, swath separated building, that says it's 30%. How is that open now? This is bonkers. Okay. What's open this side? That one? That does that, and that. There we go. We can close that down now. So, answering the question of what would be a better unit. And to be fair, I haven't tested that 30%. I'm again making the assumption that it says it's 30%, so it's a 30% yield bonus using that swath building and the tractor swathing header. But if it is 30%, then that's definitely the better of the swathing units. Whilst this gave us, yeah, it was okay. Downside being we didn't get any straw. We got no straw using this header. So whilst yes, it can run faster, yes, it is quite wide, yes, you do get a bonus, you don't get any straw. So it depends, and it's on the march, it's wandering on its own now. So it depends how you feel about that, I suppose. Yeah, I personally prefer the swathing in so much as the MacDon one or the other, the tractor one. You are actually getting swaths, and you can see the swaths and do the swath. I prefer that as an option. But again, if it helps answer anyone's question, or it helps a person make a decision, or whatever it might be, that's absolutely great. But we've ended up with 47,758 litres of soybean. Now, what am I going to do with it? At the moment, just put it into storage. I'm not quite sure if I've got a process that I want to move on with this. We'll just put it into storage for the time being. And then it's the rice. I don't know what we're going to get off that, but we'll have a crack along with that. Have I got enough storage space? I think I need to put in the bigger one, don't I? Let's put in the bigger one. At least we know we've got plenty of room in that one. And then every time I see whether it's a pig, a cow, a sheep, a goat, the little ones that are leaping around, it just makes me smile. It's cool. How can you not? How can that not make you smile? Well, I suppose it depends who you are, doesn't it, as a person, but I love it. There we go. Covers back on. I think I'm going to put this in the new shed. To be fair, our small trailer is only 24,000 litres, and we might end up with more than that anyway. How tall is this? Can I get away with that small lower side? Or maybe not. I'm going to put it this side. Go. Excellent stuff. Back up in a little bit. Let's grab the harvester. Then on to rice. Precision farming. Across to our pH. Yeah, that's looking pretty ropey now. That's going to need some pH on it. Although to be fair, it goes on to that. It doesn't show that middle bit there. That's not looking too bad, but this side definitely needs some more. That will need sorting out. We're looking alright. Then that header will go back. What is going on with that? It doesn't always do that. That's really strange. I've got bits of mud on one part of the tyre and not on the other. Hopefully that will start to come off. Okay, it's on the cover. Cool. These are the two crops I think I'm probably most excited for. Actually, which way does the pipe go? That side, so I want to go that way really. And away we go. That does look very, very cool. It will go in the back of there as well. Let's go for a little bit more. Awesome. This is going to take a while though. Once we've got over all the bumpy bits on the outside. How's that looking from inside? It's just going to take quite a while though. It's a very narrow harvester, isn't it? Let's see if I can get this to go on this time. Oh yeah, we're alright. Although it's not on the outside. If I do the outside first and then I can put it back on, because we seem to have overlapped a little bit here. Now line's not quite where I wanted it to be. We're over by a bit on them. I suppose for a small machine as well, it hasn't got a particularly large capacity either. This might work. There we go. Now I can pay more attention to that and not worry about my direction. Okie dokie then. I'm back in the harvester. I just had a really weird moment. I was using my little rice harvester. You've seen me, I was just doing it. I was getting near to full, getting ready to unload this. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm surprised nobody has made, not necessarily a bigger one of these, but maybe one of these, maybe with a slightly wider header, or modded it or tweaked it or something like that. Then I suddenly thought, hang on a minute. When I was going into the headers here, and we got the swathing header, which was that one there, the Titan swathing header, next to it said Titan rice header. Now my brain automatically thought long grain rice. But regular headers do long grain rice. And the long grain rice icon is the lighter colour. That icon is rice. Isn't it? So I suddenly thought, well, hang on a minute. Does that mean I can use the regular harvester for doing a rice field? I'm going to try it. It's been a weird one today. It's been a day of testing. Yeah, hadn't even crossed my mind. It might not even work, but if it does, that's brilliant. If it doesn't, let's go to there. Attach that, fold that. I guess, I don't know. Turn that down to 10. Drop that. Again, I didn't even know this was a thing. It is. It is a thing. Well, I'll be. Don't get me wrong, I love using that. The smaller rice harvester. If you're doing small rice fields, small rice paddies, a selection of them, you've got a rotation of them or whatever. This does mean you could go massive with your rice fields now. And not have to worry about. I'm assuming everyone else knew about this. I did not know this was even a thing. How this is a thing, people. This is a thing. Right, let's see what we end up with. I think we've got 8,000 litres in the harvest already in the trailer. 8. We've got 6 nearly 8 or 8 nearly 10. But this is what in the world? Didn't even realise. Awesome. Right, let's see what we end up with. Always pays to test these things out. It's only a stupid idea if it doesn't work or you don't even try it. And so with that revelation, we're done with our rice field. 24,000 litres in the trailer, that's full, with another just over 3,000 litres in the harvester. So 27,000 litres of rice off of our rice paddy rice field. So you've got an option. You can go that with that width or that width to do your rice. And not long grain rice, normal rice. This can go to our preserved food factory, wherever it was I did last time. Is it rice bags and rice boxes? Whichever one I did last time, I'm going to do the other. So I'm going to take my rice over. We're going to get that done in there now. So as far as today's, well, like I say, testing episode goes, we're done. I hope you found it all useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.